All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday night, and you guys know what time it is. It is the recap for the Never Ever Mets. I am your host, Crystal XO, and my co host, I believe, is in the building waiting to be brought in.
Yes, I am in the building. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How was your Friday?
No complaints. No complaints.
Okay.
And yours?
Um, busy. I'm good. How was
Oh
your
shit!
Friday? Oh,
That shit
look at you.
out in a mug. Okay.
Look at you. Got it on two devices. Two devices.
Well, so I could read the comments. I can't,
Yeah. What's up, Rhonda? What's up, DeQueezy? Tamika. You guys come on in. Good
Hello, hello.
good show tonight. But first of all, I want to give you guys an update. I want to thank everybody that was concerned about my fall. Yes, I do understand that falling is definitely different at this age. Um, and you guys will be happy to know I did not have a concussion. I just got some bruising, but I'm feeling better. Today is actually I feel a lot better today. So my plan is to return to the scene of the crime on Sunday and
Hmm.
see if Zuri is, see if we can have a good ride on Sunday. Just kind of let it breathe for a few days.
So, what did you do in the process? Did you Epsom salt? Did you go?
I did Epsom salt, and then I took ibuprofen. And last night I took some pain pills that I had because I couldn't sleep. Like sleeping could be kind of uncomfortable. But yeah, today I was moving around. Taking the stairs is a little tricky, but yeah. So if you didn't hear, you all, I went riding. I've taken riding lessons because Zuri and I have got to get on our game. Like we got stuff to do, so we're taking lessons so we can get our equitation down,
You
and then
who?
we can start to do dressage. But I don't know if Zuri wants to do that. She spooked, and I hit the ground, and it was just a big thing. So anyway, my week has been a little bit painful. I will say that. That's about it.
And sleeping. I got a question. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put this on my Instagram too, because I'm just curious.
Okay.
Um, how are people sleeping out there? Do they they shut the door? They have the lights out? Do they keep the TV on? Is there nightlife? Do they need sound? Um, I'm curious.
Well, how do you sleep? Let's start with you.
I like it black and quiet.
So do you leave the door open?
Hell no, I shut the door. I don't like it, but I do shut
Well,
the
it's just
door.
you and it's just you in there.
Okay.
And so you shut out the rest of the house.
First of all, I shut out the boogeyman. Let's start there. Let's start there. Can't forget him.
That is where it starts. As a kid, I really used to think that I could close the door and get under the covers, and I would be kind of like
Well,
protected.
you gotta figure like this. If he come in and he fishing with the doors, you got a little extra time.
That little time. I did, and I also thought if there was a knife, because in the movies there's always the knife. I always slept with a comforter and a blanket, so the knife wouldn't get through. Also, when I was younger, I never watched scary movies, but when I did watch them accidentally, like I was at my grandmother's house one time and I accidentally saw Freddy Krueger, which was horrible because I just never could look away. So I would have to be away from it. But if I'm in front of the TV, I could not look away. So I ended up watching Cujo, and
No good.
I was scared of dogs. You guys know I love dogs, but I was scared that Cujo was going to come. That dog was relentless. He kept coming on the on the window and coming down in the blood. So I would sleep with like two blankets on and a comforter just so it would, if he bit into me, I would have some padding. That's what I thought.
It, 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 as a kid, that makes sense. As a kid. But
I,
here's the thing, like, in because throughout the years,
yes.
if I a young lady stayed a lady, I couldn't say young lady because people get
Don't
that.
say young lady.
Yeah, for ladies, they be like, I see with the TV on, I'll be ready to kick them out. I'm
here, here we go. Here we go.
like the sleeping with the TV on is like That's why I know if people sleep with the TV on had no supervision as child. That's my opinion.
Adrian sleeps with the TV on, but I like it off. And now sometimes I think he likes it off. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you have company, if you have the presence of a lady,
yes,
are you able to have a good sleep?
Depends on what we did before we tried to go to sleep. It's
So
possible.
if you had a good time, you could get into a knocked out good sleep.
If I had a good time and I wasn't the one that had to go get the rag, I possibly could. Yes.
Do
Yeah,
men do this? Do men go get the rags?
I've got a rag or two in my day.
I don't like it to be a rag. I would like a full washcloth, please. I would like a
The
full
same thing.
no, but a rag sounds like it's tattered and torn and
Yeah, I mean, depending on when you grew up, I actually use washcloth, but it's funny you're saying rag. But here's the thing: you got to have two. You need one to dry off with.
wait a minute, what's the other one for?
The warm, wet one, and then the dry one.
So you're drying it off too?
Be in the bed with wet thighs and all kind of yes.
Well, first of all, this is okay. This is washcloth etiquette. You get it warm, you rinse it out, you wrench it, wring it out, and then you swipe, you clean off the area, but you don't have to also pat it dry.
It's damp.
It's okay.
I can't sleep with dampness.
Oh my god.
It's damp. Can't do it.
I like it. I mean, but it doesn't have a lot of moisture, just enough. And yes, this obviously is XO After Dark. Jesus.
I'm sorry. We didn't mean to go there. This was all about. I was just curious.
I don't know how we. I don't know.
Yeah. It took a left turn somewhere.
Well,
but my whole thing was But what I found out about the shut door, because people were like, "Why you shut the door if it's just you?" What I found out was, and this is helpful for people that don't know, if your place is on fire and that door's open, it comes through that door faster, that doorway, because of the oxygen.
But if your house is on fire and the door is closed, you may not smell it, and you may not.
Well, that is your fault for not having smoke detectors.
Oh, okay. All right, smoke detector.
Sprinklers, smoke detectors, dog perhaps.
I do like the door closed, and I like, but one of my dogs is so when Adrian was driving trucks a lot and he would be gone, the pit bull, you would think that he's supposed to be in the house to protect, but he's so old, he goes to sleep and then he doesn't even hear when I come in. So I have to wake him up and be like, dude, and then he looks at me like, huh? What? I'm like, if a burglar comes in, you're not going to help because he is in a deep sleep. He is snoring. He is in a deep
older dog.
That's the older one. So I really feel like he's not, I mean, he is intimidating looking, but he's not going to rush the criminal.
He is definitely not going to do that.
Sugar Pie will, but she'll probably get kicked out of the way. But I like to sleep with it, the door closed. But I will tell you something. When I got divorced, I would actually sleep with the TV on because the quiet my brain would just keep running and running and running. So I think for some people, like for me, the TV on gave me something where I didn't feel too quiet, because sometimes it's too quiet.
Can I tell you a story real quick? I know we got the show. I'm sorry, y'all.
I can't stop you.
Huh?
I cannot stop you.
Go ahead. So I'm in Virginia, and seeing this woman, and she's originally from South Boston, Virginia, which is closer to South Carolina, right? Okay. I'm in Hampton, that area.
Okay.
So we go down there for Thanksgiving, and it snows. We get stuck there, but we're in the house and we're watching, I think it was Boys in the Hood on from Blockbuster. And it's me, some other people had left. Mind you, it's a Thanksgiving dinner. So it's an uncle, me, her mother, and the uncle was sitting wrapped in a lazy boy, and you speak to him. I don't know what was wrong with him at the time. He didn't say nothing. And they introduced me. He didn't look up. He just stared straight at the TV. Didn't move or do nothing. And was sitting up there, ate. They brought him his food. I don't remember him eating. We're watching the movie. We're watching it. Then all of a sudden, I hear, "I kill everybody in this mother." And when I tell you, nobody moved. Nobody blinked. I knew no one said nothing to me.
Nobody, nobody gave you a reassuring pat or
Nothing. We had to stay the night because it started snowing like real bad.
oh man.
Mother was like, "Y'all need to stay here until the morning." Man, let me tell you something. I'm shook. No one said nothing. This man just said he gonna kill everybody. We get in the room, and mind you, I'm sleeping on top of the bed with my clothes on and everything, trying to leave first thing in the morning. And I was like, "Hey, your uncle said he was gonna kill." And she's like, "Oh, he just talked like that." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, don't pay him no." I could not sleep. Do you know in the middle of the night, that man stood in the doorway in the crack of the door?
Are you
Just,
serious?
yes.
Oh, that's scary.
First of all, I didn't even know he could walk.
I don't like that story. That's scary.
That's why.
It sounds like a Jordan Peele movie.
Now you see what I'm saying about the door closed?
Yikes.
But no one, that's how cold these people are. No one made me feel was like
Well,
nothing.
okay, this is a good PSA. I do think for a long time our community, and we're saying when I say our, I mean the African American or Black community, people of color, the heavily melanated people that we are, we don't often address mental illness, and I think like I will, I can be honest with this. You know this, Mo. I have a brother that has mental illness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, and he didn't have it when we were younger. At least it didn't. We didn't know if he did or not. But sometimes I've heard that it when you grow into maybe like around age 20, between 21 and 24, is a lot of times when that presents itself if there is a mental health issue. So this wasn't happening when we were little. My couple of my friends at school, I remember, had a brother that had mental illness, and I remember going over their house, and the brother would just stare at you, and I would be like, and then they would say, don't say anything to him, right? And then sometimes he would like say something out loud that would sound really scary, and it was never talked about because they probably were dealing with it, but it was just like that's the person in the house that's not quite right. As I got older, I noticed that a lot of other people had that in common, be it a brother, an uncle, a sister, like it's just, and no one really talked about it to say like, okay, I have a family member that is struggling with mental illness, and you may hear like, because it's almost like a sense of shame. And so I would say, even to this day, I think you've met my brother, right?
Yeah.
So, because you've known me for a long time, but most people I meet and talk to, I really don't talk about my brother. And I also don't really um, bring him around or people because it can make people feel very uncomfortable. So I think the family not saying anything probably wasn't to be disrespectful. It's just because we feel like we have to protect. I know for me, if somebody says something about my brother, you know,
No.
I want to fight them because that is my heart. I can't communicate with him. We used to be best friends, but that is my heart. And so if I were to say to somebody, you know, my brother has, and they say something back that is insulting or makes me feel, it would be over. Like it's a hurtful thing. So,
But I think most people are understanding, right? You think? You don't think most people are understanding once it's told what it is?
I think that a lot of times, um, people think they're being understanding, but what they say can be insensitive. And I
Okay.
know that it's a way to protect. So they probably didn't tell you because it's something that they were used to, and it just wasn't talked about. We didn't even call it. We would say, "Oh, her uncle's crazy," or that person had, but we never talked about it like it's mental illness, and
Right.
it's, you know, it
Now
just,
this was like 94. This was 94.
yeah,
And I was just like, it was just through like to hear kill everybody in this MF out loud.
that's wild.
And and then just went back quiet and just stared at the TV. And she said, "Oh, that's just nothing." I knew.
Yeah.
Y'all used to this.
Yeah.
I knew.
Somebody should have said something. I just was offering context on maybe why they didn't.
I mean, I don't know, but then we in the old spooky. You see the houses on Scooby Doo, the spooky houses. We in one of them. Cause no, this how old the house was. And some point, their family is known in South Boston. Their last name is their street. They named the street that house was on it's stuff in a Stundi, something like that, IN or something street, and that was the name. And she was like, "Yeah, my family. This is the house they named after the street of is our last name." And I was like, so you can imagine how old the crib was. I don't like staying in spooky old houses anyway.
Yeah.
But that man stood in the doorway and just stared and just stayed there for a minute. And I'm tapping her, trying to wake her up. She one of them girls that snore. Though.
She's one of them girls that what?
Snore. You know, all women with big breasts snore.
Well, you know what? Well, that could be bad for you. That could be bad.
No, it won't.
It could be, because I believe that your crush has some pretty good sized melons.
And who is this?
Who is that, Mo?
Oh man, get off that. Let's talk about the show. Now you done went off somewhere else. Let's get to the show.
Well, I mean, you had one of your exes on here on Wednesday.
Hey,
Mo had a surprise guest, and
I did not
know in the chat. I did not know that was Mo's ex. I was pleasantly surprised.
Listen, yeah, we just gonna go with it.
All right, let's get into tonight's. You guys like the chat, so we can go ahead and get into tonight's episode of The Never Ever Mets. This show continues this show gets worse and worse.
Yes, it does.
Every week it's a new catastrophe.
Where you want to begin?
Well, no, I did not, Blondie. I did not know. I really did not know. I did not know. I was pleasantly surprised. It was like a Christmas.
I would just let me say this. How do I word this? We are all different things to different people.
Just to catch everyone up that did not watch.
Hey, you ain't got to do it.
Well, some people, G-Dub says
go watch the show, D-Dub.
I just want to make sure they all know what I'm talking about. You guys know on Dating Diaries on Wednesday, we have people come on and they share their dating disasters or dating dilemmas. This young lady came on, shared a dating disaster. I kept asking questions, and I asked her what was her type. She said bald and with a beard. And I was like, oh, that sounds like Mo. And she says, well, me and Mo did date. And I was like, lucky.
I was not the dating disaster, by the way. So let's clear that up.
He was not the dating disaster. In fact, she said that she wanted to date him again.
I don't know if she said that.
She did.
No, she said, would you? Not she wanted to.
I said, would you? And she said, yes. And then you said.
What did I say?
You didn't say much at all.
I don't really do the backtrack thing.
Okay. All right. We're gonna let you live for a while. But what a pleasant surprise. Did you have any idea that, well, obviously you knew that she was your ex, but did I?
Continue.
Okay, moving on to The Never Ever Met. So we can start with to Rhonda. And guys, I'm talking to Rhonda on Monday. I'll put that I'll put that up Monday before we do our Love and Marriage Huntsville, for which I got some tea that I'll share on Monday. I got a little bit of tea. But yeah, Rhonda returned for this game. And I want to say that to me, the game was stupid. Um, Asking these people, first of all, I feel like Aaron and Jody practiced before because they have the least amount of chemistry and they got a lot of answers right, but it was like textbook answers. What day is your birthday? What does this person like? Like it just for them to do well.
You think?
I, I, why do you think that they got all the answers almost right?
He paid attention.
All right, but she also got them right as well, and I don't believe she's paying attention to him at all.
I think she did before she got there.
See, I don't think so. I agree with Elsie. We're going to get into that in a minute because there's a lot to unpack with Aaron and Jody today. But I do want to say I agree with Elsie Charm. Millie was doing the most. I feel like Millie is looking for a reason to be upset with a guy. Like she is looking, he can do everything right. And she's like, well, but you got to do this, but you got to do that. Like she just, and I believe it's because this is the behavior of someone when they have not healed, right? They have not healed. And so they have not healed. All they're doing is they're wishing a MF would. And that's not how you date. Like poor Greg, he's just like, well, I think I'm in the doghouse. She wants to be angry. She is afraid, but that fear comes out as anger. And I just think that she does not need to be on this show. Like she's not healthy enough internally to be on this show, because anytime you have to look for something to be angry about, and even when she was talking after the game, she's talking and she's like, but he didn't do, and I'm very disappointed, and if you don't know about it, like, but you bypassed all the good things he's done. And it just, I think that she is just unhappy in herself, and anyone that she's with, she's going to do the same thing too, because it's not like she's not attracted to him. It's not like she doesn't like him. That's just her.
But as a man, can I say there's some women that seems like if there's no problem, there's no purpose. Like that might be new to y'all because
give yourself a hand clap for that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm saying some.
Yeah.
Because I think what's happening, and this is on both sides of the coin, men and women, we're seeing something from the outside now.
Right.
And there's no interruptions. We're in our homes and we're watching this. But when it's happening to you or in real time, like you can't see what other people are saying. So this is an argument men have for years. Like you always got to be having something, and some people are like that, you know.
Yeah,
it feels like that. You don't feel like you're in something or you're invested in something unless you have a problem with it, and then it feels like, you know,
it's toxic. It's a toxic cycle.
There you go.
And I do think that she's kind of like that. I also feel like the girl Sienna was going to be like that as well. Like you just
absolutely
looking for him to do something so you can point it out and drag him about it. And it's like, why not look for? And also, when you're looking for bad things, you're going to find them if that's your goal. And also, if you're looking for good things, then I think you will find them as well. But
or you'll create them.
Right. I think she's creating them. I still did not like, the way she reacted to his trauma. She wasn't very empathetic to him. And I almost think it goes back to that, like, a man should not be sensitive and a man should not acknowledge hurt. Like, she was very just disconnected from his story, but wanted all the empathy from him when she shared her trauma. She just is not ready. And hopefully she would be better. Absolutely.
And she hit it at first.
She what?
She hit it at first.
Right.
We didn't see it the first two 3. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But slowly started. This is why we have to take our time with people.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
And I do think that is a very like when you're in a room and you're in a house with someone, it's exaggerated, right? Magnified experience. And because they were just dealing online, supposedly, um, that they wouldn't have known that. But this situation is causing it's ripping the band-aids off, and everybody is very, very, very tender. I also think that we might not have known some of the things that were going on with Millie and Greg because there was so much horrible drama happening with everybody else. Like there was so much that we might have been thinking they were better off between Alexis and Dominique, like, and then bless his heart, Aaron and Diamond, and then of course, Aaron is like it's a lot going on. So their stuff may not have taken center stage until now that we kind of start to get through some of the drama from everybody else. So because she's not even the way she was talking to Chris showed that there was some issues. It's almost like she leapt at the challenge. She was excited to call Chris a bitch.
2 times.
2 times and excited to keep going back. And even when he tried to fix it, she didn't want to. She wanted to keep challenging him. And so then we see
that's deadly.
Like I tell people all the time, if a person treats other people that way, your time is coming. It's coming.
Oh yeah.
It's coming. And so we see the way she talked to Chris, the way she has been early on. It also now she's focused that laser on Greg.
Woo. I don't know, man. Tough.
He just needs to cut his losses.
Yeah.
And go heal. They need to both go heal. But she definitely, because otherwise she's going to end up. And usually it's funny because women that do that, you'll find a guy that will bring problems all the time. You'll find that. You don't have to look hard. You'll find it, and then you'll feel more comfortable and familiar with that. But you won't have a healthy relationship, but you'll be in something that's familiar. If the toxicity is what you're craving because that's what you know, then
Right.
you will find it and it will find you, but it won't end up in what you want, right?
1000% right.
Yeah. So yeah, I hate, I didn't mean the actual game was stupid. I just feel like with these people, because nobody really, it just doesn't, these don't feel like really healthy connections at all to me at all.
Everything's unraveling.
You said what?
Everything is unraveling.
Everything. Like this is going to be a ridiculous end to this house. Speaking of toxicity, once again, Diamond.
There you go, right there. You messy Diamond, you man.
Once again, Diamond is in the middle of some mess.
Man.
Once again.
Man.
Now, do you think, and I had brought, first of all, I just wanted to give a little PSA. I guess I didn't bring it in. I had brought a blush brush because, you know what? Maybe I need to go get it. I can use this. I just feel like maybe there's some trouble with this show and people don't understand. So, ladies, you are applying blush. It is not here. It is on the apple of the cheek. The apple. So you can smile. And it's on the apple. And it's light.
So this is a makeup tutorial.
This part because tonight
whose makeup was messed up?
Well, I'm not gonna name any names, but what I am gonna say is some people that needed to have this tutorial and this is not a blush brush because I had one I was gonna bring it in. In fact, I'm gonna go get it.
In fact, you need to tell us.
I'm going to. I'll be right back. Carry on with the people. I'll be right back.
I don't know what Christal is going down there to get brushes and all kind of stuff. Listen, By the way, yesterday we taped the Porsche show. We had to retape it. It should be coming out. It really felt good. We had a smooth shoot yesterday. So I think Christal has some pictures. If she don't, I have some. We can send it to you. I mean, we'll post them up. But we had a good time yesterday. We'll let you guys know when it'll air, probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks on Fox. And it'll be on Fox Soul too as well. There she go.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. I'm sorry. But I feel like we need to do this because Diamond and also Sandia's friend.
Sandia's friend. Okay, the other lady.
I text you. This is the blush brush, right?
Okay.
With my brush, I shake it off.
Now, what you do with that? What you do with that now?
I'm smiling.
No, what did you put it in something?
Well, the blush, like a little color, a little rouge.
Okay. Okay.
Little color, and then I'm gonna just right here.
Swirl up.
Yeah, I'm just on the apple of the cheek, not down here in a harsh line.
Not on the jaw.
Not on the jaw. Not in between here, and not a harsh line. It is supposed to just basically what blush is supposed to do. It is supposed to make you look like someone just pinched your cheeks. You have a little bit. It's supposed to give your face some color, right? So again, we are just gonna lightly tap the apple of the cheek. We're not going to go here with a harsh line. So anyway, and this is my enchanted brush. Isn't that cute? Somebody made that just for me. But yeah, it bothered me so much that I said I must bring my brush and we must talk about it because and I know that they don't have makeup artists. That's why it's important for women to do their makeup themselves. If you don't know how to do your makeup and you don't like makeup, don't wear it. But if you do wear blush, blush is not used to contour. Down here is contouring. It was like this. The blush was like, and bless her heart, Sandia's friend, I liked her. But I wanted to just get in that. I wanted to go up to the screen and just blend it out. I just wanted to be like, blend it out. All right. I just had to say that because it bothered me. But no, contouring is not with red or pink. It's not. Yeah.
Y'all got that, ladies?
It just bothered me. But see, Dahlia, even if she is trying to contour, you don't contour with pink or red. You contour with a color that is close to your skin, maybe a little bit darker, maybe a little bit lighter, but we don't use red or pink, and we certainly don't have it right here. Just anyway. Okay. I'm sorry. We can get back to what was I talking about? Diamond being in the middle of some more mess.
Messy Diamond.
And I also feel something, right? Because I feel like Alexis is angry. Yes, this did conclude my makeup tutorial. Thank you guys. Alexis, I feel like was being extremely messy from beyond, right? If she asked, and they were talking about having a threesome, because that's what the conversation we learned was, that Alexis and
they said
allegedly.
We don't know if that
allegedly Alexis and Josh, yeah, Alexis and Josh were having a conversation along with Shay, and he said that he knew Shay would not be into threesomes. But I mean, you can look at that energy when they showed the video with all of them sitting there in a bed. Why are y'all even talking about having threesomes? I think it was both on Alexis and Josh were both down with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Shay is not.
So he probably was like, hey, if she don't want to do it, man, you good. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Like that?
I mean, that's what I pulled from it because you could tell there was some problem when the way there was something going on. Something was amiss when they went out into the hallway, and it was a sexual conversation. So there was something going on. If you're speaking about threesome specifically, if and it could have came from Alexis, I believe it could have came from Alexis. But what that did is it turned on a light bulb over Josh's head of, oh, she wants to have sex. So he probably was like, well, let's get it.
Did it go?
According to him, no, but maybe we'll find out more next week. But I feel it's two things. I feel like Alexis and Diamond were both being messy. I feel like Alexis told Diamond that because she's mad that she's not on the show anymore. She's at home. She's at home starting trouble on, on the
So
show.
she told her from home, or she told her before she left?
No, she said she had a phone conversation with her.
Oh, okay.
She said, I keep in touch with Alexis. And Alexis, I got to tell you something. Otherwise, why wouldn't she have told her that back in the beginning when it first happened?
Right. That's what I was trying to get
Alexis
to.
Been gone a long time.
But let me ask you this. So, let me say this. So Diamond tells her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then she defends him at the same time.
She did. That was weird.
That's the part I'm like, that's what made me say she was messy.
Facts.
Because you can't start something.
Not my brother. Not why would she go to him and ask him?
I don't know if that's a good idea, but I get what you're saying. But still,
but I mean, if you feel like you got to say something.
Because that's not messy enough.
That's true. But you know what? But see, I don't like that because that's going to hurt Shay.
Right.
So I would want to make sure that it was true before I carried those bones back.
But that's what she told Shay. She was like, now, Shay, you don't know if this is true now, so don't say no.
Ladies in the chat, anytime a woman tells you that your dude was trying to have sex with another woman while you're there, you're gonna immediately be like, what? You're gonna be on defense. You're gonna go at it. You're not gonna be able to let that ride.
She knew that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Diamond knew that. She knew that. You can't defend him. I agree. She defended him so that he wouldn't be mad and she wouldn't seem like she was being the messy person that she was. Right.
Because it'd have been like, who told you? Big girl told me. And then it would have got
it. Candidly cases, why didn't Alexis say that the day after? Exactly. Because she probably was with it. And I think that she's saying this now because she's upset because she's at home.
There you go.
She's at home and she wants to be able to stir up some BS.
There you go. She's sitting at home, everybody back on the set, and she's like, and keeping in touch, and we went this, we did, and then she started being messy.
And it also makes me think, are other people on that show having threesomes?
Who else is left there?
Well, and I have something else to say about it. I'm just saying, like, that conversation, that makes me feel like, it's some more going on. Because you guys know on Ready to Love, a lot of them casts be it's a lot of interlocking going on, right?
So I heard.
Behind the scenes and everything. So I feel like if it was comfortable enough for them to be talking about that early on.
Yeah, but you just never know what people are into, and you got that many people in the house. Somebody down for that.
Yeah.
Somebody's with it.
That's funny, Druzy. She said Aaron would have a threesome with Chris and Jody. Okay, that's my next. That's where I want to go next.
Oh.
Because you guys have consistently said that I was wrong, that we're wrong for quoting the LBC, for suggesting that there are some members, some undisclosed members in the closet.
Whatever.
And I even had somebody send me a message, which I'm going to read, and I hope they won't mind.
Yeah, let's see what these people talk about. Because I'm still gonna say what I believe.
I
Just so.
am going to say what I believe too, and I feel like there was additional confirmation today. I feel like, okay, so this person says that um, Aaron, Aaron's parents had him very young. They weren't even 20 when he was born. The parents were forced to marry and it didn't work. And so Aaron ended up being raised by his dad that we were introduced to, what, 2 shows ago. He and his dad were and are still very close, and his dad is his best friend. Aaron is actually originally from Chicago, which is where Jody is from, and that's why they have so many friends in common. He's younger than her, so Aaron is younger than Jody, and he's trying to please her because he's seeking validation he never got from his mom. She says his dad is also, this is someone that grew up with him. His dad is also socially awkward, which is why he picked up on Jody's inability to give him a sincere answer about where she saw her relationship with Aaron. She, okay, she should not even be dating. Okay,
What does anything? What does any of that have to do with the LBC?
well, she was saying that she doesn't think that he's gay, that she thinks that he's just insecure, and you know, that he's socially awkward. But I understand that people don't like, you know, they don't like the references, but
But let me ask you this. So,
yeah, they don't like it.
but here's the thing. So if we said the actual acronym, right? Or we read the actual whatever, right? So this was all done by mistake, by the way. But we just figured that, you know what? Instead of doing that and people calling that out, because if we said the whole thing, they would have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, well, why? So what part do you have a problem with? Us whatever it, and because it was just a playoff of it, or saying the actual thing, or the fact that he is or isn't.
I think everybody has different opinions, but I feel like we have a right to say what we think. And I'm telling you, when he was talking to her today through the bathroom door, and then she flushed the toilet, he was like, "Oh," I said, "I wish I had the Snoop song." He was at the LBC, just Warren G. What is that? Is it Regulators?
Regulators.
Yeah, I wish I had Regulators, because that's what I heard in my head when he was like, I don't think he's awkward. I don't think he's awkward around women. I think he does not. I think he is trying. I don't think he's into that. And I also think that Jody needs to go home.
Absolutely.
Home.
The kiss was, you see how uncomfortable she was? And then he thought, oh, yeah, what did he tell the guys? I think the kiss was a nice kiss. And did you see that woman's face? Either that or his breath stink, one or the other.
She just don't like him.
Thank you.
This is my problem with her. I understand. I'm telling you guys, my uncle is 51 and has 3 children and a ex-wife, and is a member of the LBC.
Mark.
Yes.
Person. My bad.
Thank you. Now I guess now that we know your ex-girlfriends, you want to put everybody out.
No, because I for until what's the name? I had forgot his name. But he's actually, I like Mark is cool. I mean,
very cool.
Anyway.
He's very cool. But I mean, so I'm saying, and it is Regulators. It is Regulators. Because it says rolling in my ride, chilling on alone, just hit the east side of the LBC on a Mission Truck fine, Mr. Warren G. Okay, I know. I may not be a rapper, but I know my lyrics. I was like, no, that's regulators. There may be one a reference in Gin and Juice. I don't remember that, but I do know regulators because
Yeah.
I can hear it in my head when he turned around. But she is. I'm not gonna blame the issues that she has with him and her treatment of him on her past because she's not like that to Chris, who
Thank you.
she thinks is cute.
That's the point. We keep forgetting that. Well, we don't keep forgetting it. Other people keep. You see how she treats him.
Yep. And I feel like she wants to be liked by the other people. She just doesn't respect him.
She got into a space where, in her world, right, with
Mm-hmm.
the pickup and the whole the picture thing. Then
Yeah.
she got back to the crib. What happened?
Well, and then she was almost like she was faking it because I don't even think she was. I think she wanted to take the photo shoot by herself.
I,
I don't even think she wanted him with her.
that's what I got.
Someone asked me why my uncle waited so long to come out of the closet. What made your uncle take what made your uncle take so long to come out? I'm sure he didn't believe that he would be accepted. And I think that and now I mean, my uncle was born in the 60s, so 50s, 60s. So he wasn't in
The
a
difference.
time period that it was accepted like it is now, specifically because he was in, my grandmother was not with that. And, he was in the corporate world. He owned an IT company. Well, he started an IT company. So it was very conservative. And he, you know, he lived the lie. And then also he might just not have been comfortable with it himself. But I do think times have changed. And, I think that, um, and no, he wasn't. My uncle wasn't born in the 70s. He's born in the 60s. But
He was 51 when he came out. He's not 51 now.
yeah, he's 66 now. So he is, and living his best life. I got a picture just to give you guys a reference. Um,
He's definitely living his best life.
he's living his best life, and I'm happy for him. You know what I
And,
mean?
and you should be like,
Yeah.
anybody. Our thing is not to like. We're trying to tell people like, yo, this is a new day and age. This
Okay.
ain't like before.
So can you guys see that? So in the driver's seat is my uncle, who is 66, who does not look 66, right? And that's his.
Confident.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have shown their pictures, but hey, I did. It's my family. I don't know if he wanted that shared, but it's shared now. But yeah, I don't. So we're not saying that he's um it's bad for him to be a member of the LBC. Not at all. What we're saying is that it's painful to watch him try to interact with this young lady, even if he's not, because of course we don't know for sure. He may
Right.
not be. But what I do know is he's not comfortable here. And even Chris, who stands up for Jody tonight, said she doesn't treat you right. And you are like, even Chris had to acknowledge that Jody treats him badly.
If Chris said it, then you know.
So now I don't think she's a member of the LBC. I think she thinks that she's better than him. And she is she acts like she's disgusted by him, and he's just trying to win her over.
I'm telling you that, man, I hope that come out because I think that's it. I think she might have been unsure via video if they did the chat, but once she got there, she was like, oh, this is what this is.
Yeah, but still, I wouldn't be mean to somebody. Like I could I've had people try to talk to me that I got a story. I do have a story. So you guys know I do interviews, right? I told you this, Mo. I do interviews, and so I was interviewing this very popular trans that lives here in Atlanta. She's very popular, but she's also very clear, very honest about the fact that she's trans and that she still has her male parts. Now, she came to do an interview, and she brought two guys with her, right? So I'm like, wow. First of all, wow. Okay. Um, and no, it wasn't T.S. Madison, but so one of the guys was very, very handsome. So I was like, I'm thinking that he's a member of the LBC, right? So I was like, you are so, I think you're so handsome, or you're so good. I gave him a compliment, right? And I'm thinking that it's harmless. Like, I gave him a compliment. I'm interviewing them. I'm like, thanks. So he's telling a story, and basically she's talking about. I look at her page, and she's in the tub with him. He's behind her in the tub. Now she is out. She is clear. She is very, very honest about. Like I said, she still has her male part. So to me, if you are in the tub with someone and both of you all have trunks, then you're not into women, right? Oof, ooh, I hate these damn words. Then you're not into the type of woman that I am, right? So don't think anything of it. She and I are cool. We kiki, leave. I think I talked to her about something else later. The guy slides into my DM and basically tried to holler. And I was confused. First I was extremely insulted because I was like, does he think I'm a man? Like, so I said something like, well, you do know I'm a woman, right? Like a natural born woman. And he said he was offended. He was like, why would you say that? And I was like, well, I just didn't think, you
Because
know,
you went to tops with other man.
you were in the tub with the
You know
chick.
why she said it.
I didn't, and he was very offended, and then he tried to like basically shame me for being like narrow minded, and I was like,
Nah,
what? Like I don't
he might play for both teams. Nah, man.
and I ain't gonna lie, he was a very, very attractive man, but now my point in telling y'all this crazy story is that I still would not have treated him mean. Like, you know what I mean? I definitely didn't want none of what he was selling, but I would not have been hateful to him or disrespectful to him. Because at the end of the day, all that person did is find you attractive. Like, why are you angry? Why are you disgusted? Why are you treating him with disrespect? So I I'm just saying, and I'm not saying, we're not saying that we know what his sexual orientation is. We're saying what it shows up looking like to us, right? We all have our own preferences and things like that. And it's not even that I judged him, Sister Disruptor. I didn't know. I was shocked because I'm assuming if you came here with a trans, that's a big statement. That's a big statement.
That's a natural assumption to me.
That is not me. I'm not judging him. Hell, he came, she gave Papa the job.
Okay. You come in here with them people and you in hot tubs, whatever you're doing with, what do you call it? The trunks?
The trunks.
Two trunks ain't supposed to be in the thing like that.
But I'm not judging. I'm not a judging, and I'm just, if I came, and I think it's like, and this is just my opinion. I have a right to that. I have. I mean, she and I are cool. Like, it's not a neg. I'm just saying. Usually, I'll put it like this: I'm short and thick, right, and brown. If I meet a man and he's into light skinned, tall, thin women, I would assume he would not be into me, right? Because I know what I bring to the table. I'm only gonna be on a good day 5'3", probably around 5'2.5". I can't, and even if I go on every diet and do Ozempic and everything, which I would love to do, I'm never gonna be a skinny girl. I'm always gonna be curvy, right? So if you like tall, skinny girls that are light, then you're not gonna like me, and that's okay. So I just felt like, because he came in here with the trunk, I'm not what, like, you're making a statement that this is what you're into. I wasn't hollering at him. I just told him he was attractive because I feel like I actually feel very comfortable with the LBC because you can joke around and have fun.
Can you joke around?
Well, with some of them, with
Yeah.
some straight people, you can joke around. I'm gonna always joke. Me and you. It's a joke.
Right.
It's always
But
gonna.
my thing is, if there's 6 lions, you ain't got to worry about. But which one is the cool tame lion? You ain't got. Listen, they come in the room, they come out of the room. You be like, those are 6 lions. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why we like? Come on, we're not saying we're right, but the first assumption is if there's. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man.
I mean, and again, you guys have to understand. He came to a interview to be photographed with
Right.
her. That means that you are very comfortable in the skin that you're in. And all I said was that he was attractive. I tell anybody that women, oh, you look so pretty. Oh, you're handsome. That's not me coming on to them. In fact, if I'm coming on to somebody, I'm probably not going to say anything because I'm probably going to be nervous. But I was just being polite and I was being social. So, point is, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that you can't, you know, if you're trying to do that would not have worked for me, right? That would not have worked for me. For some other women, it would have, but for me, I was thrown off. I literally was surprised and thought that he thought I was a man. I was worried about myself. Like, am I out here looking like a man?
Or maybe he just go play both sides. I don't know.
I know. I was very very insulted.
Because I don't know no straight men that's doing that. That's the only reason I would assume that he was. Because why would a straight, I just don't know any. Unless you're an actor. He came there and he got hired to do that on some acting stuff, and that's the only job they got for him. Maybe.
Yeah.
But come on, man. We not.
And I will say this, sister disruptor. I would be surprised, and I have been hit on by women, but and it's always surprising just because that's not how I think.
Which kind of women?
What do you mean which kind? Which kind of women? Women.
No. You got hit by a stud, or you got hit by like the real feminine women that like women?
I've been hit on by both.
I would like to have seen that. I would like to have seen that.
Why?
I just started to think it'd be interesting. That's all. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
It never happened from around. Point out. Let me see.
Well, I will say this. I was much more surprised by the stud because she was so confident and swagged out.
That I really want to see that because I like to see them operate.
I think I told you guys that she said, "Can I buy you?" And I'm thinking that she meant I'm slow sometimes. I thought she meant like because I'm a publicist, and back then that's all I did. It was just an entertainment publicist. People would say, "I need a publicist," and I'm like, and they don't even know what a publicist did. So I thought she was saying, "Can you be my publicist?" And I was like, "Well, what do you need done?" She was like, "No, can I buy you? How much are you?" And I was just like,
"Oh, she needs to be done."
Oh,
do you?
Yikes! I just was like, "Well, I can't be bought. I'm not." Yeah.
With her backpack.
Yeah. Backpack. But no, I don't like the way Jody is treating Aaron, regardless of what his orientation is.
It's a shame because it's just so. Come on, he's got to know that this is not right. Like this is not the normal process.
I think
of meeting a woman
so hard because he's trying to probably prove that that it can work. Because another thing, like if there wasn't any disconnect in your brain, why would you still be everybody in the house? There was a whole house argument about the fact that Jody was flirting with Chris.
Right.
That happened, and now Chris, the object of the flirting, has come and said, "I don't like how she treats you." Why would something not happen? And all he does is defend her, and try to take up for her. And it's just it's hard to watch. Like it's really sad to me.
This is not the normal process. This was what really makes me think that. Well, another reason, because if you deal with a woman that likes you, even if she's playing hard to get, she's not playing this hard all this time and on TV. If they're what you see what I'm saying? Like, this is not the normal process.
Yeah.
You're not aware of this. Either you never talked to a woman before, or you can't be that blind.
Cannot be. I don't believe it. That's it. So y'all, all of y'all that are saying that he's explain why.
I'll be making excuses for like,
why is he so unable to recognize that he is being mistreated and that she is doesn't like him, just plain flat out don't like him. I don't even think at this point it's because he's trying to stay on the show. It's just disrespectful. Maybe they are, dedicated to staying on the show. But if that was the case, she should have lied and said the kiss was okay. She was just like, I didn't feel nothing. The only reason she even kissed him is because she was trying to do a sexy shoot. It wasn't about him. It was all about her.
Yeah, you see, she ain't moved for. Oh man, that's just. I was uncomfortable to watch, man.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I felt bad. I mean, that I felt bad for him, and how he just. It's not in the cards, brother.
Pack it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Pack it up and moving on. And I don't even think at this point she's not even leading him on. She's just, allowing him to be there. It's hard to watch. And I don't understand why he's not able to take any feedback and process it from the other guys.
And she talked to everybody in the crib but you.
Everybody. And then be loud and giggling and it's just not with him. I think he's that dude that she probably uses when she needs somebody to talk to and she's bored and nobody else is there and he's going to cater to her, but she don't really like him.
But I've been that dude before. And what I'm saying is, Now,
Yeah.
whether you want to deal with it, but I don't come on, man.
Well,
and here's the funny thing. All these women are saying, y'all don't even listen to men. I'm trying to tell you what it is, and y'all not listening. That's the problem.
You tell them, Mo.
That's the problem.
I'm gonna sit back and let you.
That's not how this goes, and y'all know that. And maybe I don't know. I'm starting to get different feelings on when I see women sticking up for something. Maybe you have a relative or somebody that's like that, and you make a connection, and your heart goes out to this, that, and the other. But sometimes we just gotta face stuff, man. And that's the only way we deal with it and get past it and get better. The man, I don't believe he's slow. He wants to be on the show, or he doesn't have experience with women. Take your pick. In my opinion.
And I would just say, El Chapa, I don't know where she got this sexologist degree, but I do not believe that she is a sexologist.
Her of all people. Where'd you get that, online or what the school Romeo used to do?
What you have
college, Where you get that degree from? That is BS.
I'm a sexologist, but yet I did it because I had trauma and I learned to get, you're not over it, because even if you don't like him, even the way she was talking about how she got over it, it just showed that she's not really over it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, maybe she is a sexologist. A sexologist is simply a person who has studied human sexuality. Okay. All right.
Why on the show then? If the show.
Well, no, she's not. She's not, because it says prospective students will have earned a master's degree in healthcare related fields such as mental health counseling, marriage and family therapy, clinical social work. So she's probably not.
Well, they did it online.
A board certified sex therapist has a master's degree. Or someone that just looks into sex is not a real, like, I don't want to say real, but not a degreed sexologist, but just and think and listen to this. It says a person should see a sexologist if they have sexual desire or arousal concerns, pain related intimacy issues, painful intercourse, or a history of sexual abuse. Now, I do think that she is someone that had those things, and a lot of times, like we talked about, a couple weeks ago, physician heal thyself. If you're struggling with something, I know women that are, have suffered from breast cancer and are now, oncologists, right?
Okay.
But she is not. In order for her to be effective healing other people, helping other people heal, she has to be healed herself.
Thank you.
So I don't believe I would not recommend she talk about sex to anyone, much less counsel and be a therapist in that. That's horrible. So no.
Great point.
No, she's trying to make it. She's definitely trying to make it to the end.
Maybe she went to a couple classes.
I don't even think she went to classes. I think she did some Google work. I don't think she went to a couple of classes. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because you could tell she's so far from, even how she's speaking is against everything that she would have needed to study.
That's right. It's like the paralegal people be trying to give you advice.
I don't even think she's like a paralegal person. She's just like
what? Are you a lawyer? No, I just, like, what?
I'll be around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just did some Googling and spent a lot of time talking about sex and thinking about sex. But she's not a sexologist.
Can we get to Chris and his homeboy?
Man, I can't wait. Let's do it.
Yo, what was the brother's name?
I don't remember.
If y'all know, can y'all please put it in the chat? But the homeboy is like, those dudes are to be the worst friends. They have no tact. They have no, like, he's living in such a different older time. Like,
well, he also was trying to set Chris up, right? Like, this is my opinion. I feel like when guys do that, it's some stuff that Chris wants to say. And I feel like birds of a feather flock together. So there's a reason that's his best friend. So he came in trying to push buttons to see what Sandia's reaction was going to be. By him talking about, I like to have sex on the first time because, I didn't know if it's good. And I know him, he's not going to wait. If it's bad, he's going to leave. Like, he was trying to manipulate her with the aggressive talk. And I was very disgusted with his friend. But I don't feel like Chris was innocent. I feel like Chris wanted him to do that so he could see Sandia's reaction.
I don't know if Chris wanted him to do it. I think he blew Chris's cover. That's how Chris acts.
Yeah.
And then, but Chris is trying to give us another Chris at the house. And his friend came in there like he would have came in. That's how he normally is.
That's how he was when they were in the kitchen the first night talking.
That's my point. But he got caught. But in front of her, he acts. In front of women, he acts another way.
Sometimes.
Just like we know, we've seen the couple of shows, the few shows that we have, where I was pointing out that this is what a lot of guys do. Mm-hmm. When the guys are around, they talking one way, and women be like, he's not like that. And the guys be like, oh, yes, he is.
Oh, yes, yeah. And you could tell there's no way that them two could be friends if Chris wasn't cool with what he was saying. Yeah. Because he was kind of like laughing it off, but he wanted to see her reaction. They set her up. Now, good for Sandia realizing that if this is his friend, we have a lot of problems. But I also think that she's so soft for Chris that she would not. She's gonna stay in that situation until he hurts her.
What you think they talking about when they working out? They talking about women. That's what they do.
And they are both working out a lot, and that's all. That's why they're working out.
That's why when men are. What do you think? Men only talk about 3 things.
Is that what you're talking about when you're working out?
First of all, I work out by myself. Smart.
Okay. Any questions?
But as far as with men, we only talk really about three things.
Which
Men,
are?
but definitely three. And women are one of them.
What's the other two?
Getting money in sports. And then sometimes it's music, slashed in there, waved in there. But it's usually those three things: sports, getting money, and women.
I told my husband he don't need to be at the club with his friends because I know they're talking about women all the time in there. Out.
They don't have to be talking about his woman. He could just be talking about, hey, brother.
They're talking about other women.
No, what I'm saying is a guy could be coming in there and he could be giving advice on his old lady. It don't have to be women there they talking about, just in women in general. Or it could be a situation where they talking about, their celebrity crush or something. It ain't like always a bad thing when they talk about women.
So you trying to tell me that my husband and his army buddies are in there talking about their celebrity crushes?
It could be. These are conversations that I had, who they used to like growing up, or I like this one, remember her, da-da-da. That's one topic. Another one is I had this teacher. It could be most of the stuff is old stuff. It's not like current stuff.
In the club now?
No. I'm saying it could be anywhere. You could be amongst your friends at the table and we chopping it up, we watching the game, commercial come on or something, Like I said,
don't believe if he is at the
it's sports. We're at the sports bar, it's sports. If we're doing something else, poker game or whatever, it could be women could come through. I told you normally three things. You stuck on one thing. You forgot about the sports. You forgot about the
Really, Mo?
Huh?
Really, Mo? I forgot about the sports and the getting money.
Yeah.
So you're saying that my husband and his friends are at Sweet Lounge with a bunch of women around them, and they're talking about
where you get this bunch of women from?
Because there
you
are
just inserted a bunch of women.
No, because there are at clubs. There are a lot of women.
Yeah, and there's guys for those women. It doesn't have to be your guy.
I applaud the fact that you have Adrian's back, but it is you are digging a bigger hole.
No, you adding women and stuff, and
it's women in the club.
But we got.
You talking about he gonna be talking about a crush he had in the 90s? No.
No, what I'm saying is it could be somebody flash across the screen. I don't know, one of them chicks from the 80s.
Really, just
it could be of various topics of women for different reasons. But that's just one conversation.
That's just one.
Talk about the game.
Yeah.
We talk about stuff that we want to do, get money, entrepreneurship, real estate.
And that's what they're talking. Do you really think
that's a fact
that he is there talking about entrepreneurship in Sweet Lounge?
I've had several conversations with your husband about entrepreneurship.
Not in Sweet Lounge.
You don't know where I had him at. Me and him never been in Sweet Lounge together.
Exactly.
But we've been other places and we talked about other things.
And there were not ass in your face.
Huh?
And there was not ass in your face.
Now we're in the strip club?
No, at Sweet Lounge there are strippers.
Oh, they're not?
Yes, they're. Adrian's already been already. He was online and it was posted on one of his friends' stories. Had the stripper, so I immediately was like,
"Oh, girls, those are not strippers."
No, they were. He admitted they were strippers. He said he didn't know they were going to be there. Stop.
But they didn't take off their clothes.
My goodness, the man code here is so.
No. You cannot. This is zoning. Remember, I worked in the nightlife. They cannot take off their clothes if they work.
Let me tell you something. There were strippers, and he acknowledged that there were strippers, and they were not talking about entrepreneurship.
I'm just saying, I told you that you keep going off to women.
Let's get back to Chris and Benz and Sandia.
I think Chris's homeboy was a representation of Chris himself.
I agree.
And I don't think he wanted his friend to go as hard as he did. I really don't think he wanted them to go as hard as he did.
Gunboss said, "What in the world is going on?"
Your wife putting naked people in the clubs or something?
Well, he went to the club and there were strippers there. I didn't put them in there.
He didn't invite them?
You really have his back. And I feel
That's
like you
common
have
sense.
his back more than my back, which is ridiculous because you and I know each other first.
What the what? The, I'm on the side of right.
You are not. You are making up lies for Adrian, and he
I'm
didn't
on,
even ask you to. Those weren't strippers. Those were just bottle girls.
but I
Baby
know they can't
strippers.
strip in there. I know that for a fact. It's not zoning for that. They're not zoned for that.
And Atlanta always follows the zoning rules.
They can get in big trouble because people take pictures and videos. They can get in big trouble for that. Now back to these people on this show. I think
Sandia needs to run, but she's probably not because
if she ain't run already, she ain't running.
she's not gonna run. She's not gonna run. She's not.
But she's setting herself for a bigger fall and a harder fall.
Her friend saw all the all the red flags and then said, I like you. I was like, friend, you should have pulled her to the side and been like, girl.
Love is blind. And apparently deaf because she done heard the man tell her about all his women.
She heard it out of his mouth. And I guess you're right. If she heard it out of his mouth and didn't believe it.
That's what I'm saying.
Queasy said that Sandia is the female version of Aaron.
The female.
Now he picked up his glasses.
Hey, I'm trying to help you. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm on the side of right.
You ain't on the side of right. You're on the side of men.
No, I'm on the side of right.
You're on the side of men. They must. I think they do think. I mean, Chris is attractive, so the friend probably was like, he's attractive, and then she just wants to make it. Sandia just wants to make it right. The friend was a whole asshole, and you know what I hope? I hope for the friend. I hope that he runs into a girl that has more game than him, and I hope she breaks his soul.
You think that's how it goes?
I hope so. Because I feel like he's gonna be out here like he was lazily trying to intimidate her. Like, I mean, if he don't get it on the first night, if it's bad, he gonna leave. Like he just all that negative, this toxic masculinity. All that toxic masculinity is just he needs some help. He needs somebody to come in there and take him, show him a little bit that he's not all that he thinks he is, and he'll be all right. Are you reading it?
Nobody believes me.
What do you mean nobody believes you?
Like I just went back and saw these things. I have conversations with men. We be like, "Yo, who's your top 5 celebrity?" We have these conversations.
But how often? I mean, if y'all have it one time, how often are you having?
Like if you're bored, y'all drive, or we see something, and we like, "Yo, I just saw a picture of Lark Voorhees, for instance. Let's go there." And they be like, yo, she was bad back in the 80s. Well, you know who else was bad? No, she's not better than her. She was, we just talking. Men talk about stupid stuff. And women be like, that's dumb. Let us have our dumb conversation. Mind your business. We talk about things like this.
Anyway, Mo. I mean, again, that doesn't seem like a conversation that's going to be happening on a regular basis.
No, at times. And Lark Voorhees was one of mine before she went somewhere else with it. But yeah.
So we know that there's another one that's yours that's here now. She is doing interviews. And there she is.
First of all, I'm talking about when I was a young man. I did not know this.
Compared to Miss Gayle King, you probably are still a young man.
Well, first of all, I will always be a young man compared to Gayle. She got a little miles on it, but I like Gayle. Cool. I replaced her
with men on her. Are they having that same conversation? That's correct. Not. Wait a minute. If she was following him, she would have slept with him already because he has tried, and she told.
Right.
Somebody said that she said that he had a small wee wee. I don't think that she's the one that said that.
Huh?
I don't think she's the one that said that, because you remember when Millie was talking and going at him last week, she said that she heard he had a small trunk.
How would we
I don't think that Sandia said that.
She too quick. She wouldn't say nothing like that. Or maybe she would. thinking that y'all talk like that, right?
I mean, yeah.
So if y'all talk like that, how come we can't talk what we talk? See what I'm saying? See, I just caught you. See,
you didn't just catch me. You didn't catch me. If we're trying to figure out if a guy has a nice package or not, if you're dating him, is a normal conversation.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't think that. I don't think that Sandia would have. She just seems so. Of course, she could be giving us the sweet side on the camera.
Possibly.
At this point, Alexis could have told her. Alexis talking about having threesomes with people. Maybe Alexis told her. Who knows? Because if she wanted to have a threesome with Josh, she damn sure wanted to have one with Chris. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I don't know about who would pick Josh over Chris.
Josh, he's obviously what's the name's tight? Shay, correct?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
He is. No, he is. She really likes him a lot. How do you think that's gonna go?
Well, now since I was about to say something. Diamond, like that irks me. That irks me. I was talking to the TV on that part.
Yeah, Diamond needs to mind her business.
That's what I was saying too.
She needs to mind her business.
And then you do that, and then you console both parties at the same time.
Yeah, that was for her. But I wonder if Josh says something to her, is Aaron going to have another battery in his back to go off on him?
That's a great point. I doubt it. He said he told us, look out, there's more to come. I don't know if he's referring to anything of that nature.
I think, well, first of all, he don't necessarily know what's to come because he's not an executive producer. So he knows what they film, but he doesn't know what the edit will look like. But, Miss
Where you at, Aaron? You up in here?
Miss Rhonda says Sandia's IG is totally different from what she gives on TV. I'm not surprised.
All of them are.
Right? I'm not surprised.
All of them are.
And Melody says the producers manipulated Diamond into saying that. And they could have, but how did they know? Diamond must have told them that she had a conversation with Alexis, right?
Or do they hear stuff?
Well, the cameras caught the interaction.
No, if Diamond had said that conversation or was told to Diamond, like if she was on the phone that's being recorded, they'd be like, hey, you should, you see what I'm saying? Say it out to.
Could be. Or it could have been like they asked her, once they saw the footage, but it's still like you have the right to say, I'm not going to do that. And she knew Sandia, even if she is different on IG, which I'm sure everybody is, we all know that she was going to be hurt when she heard. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I said, Shay, that's crazy. Like for him to try to have sex with somebody while you're in the bedroom, that's wild.
Because I don't want to see her cry no more. Fix that. I'm just saying. I don't like her cry. I don't. I'm just saying.
Do you believe Josh? What is your intuition say? What do you think happened?
I think he was with it. But homegirl was too nervous. I think he was with it. If it went down like he said, he was with it.
Yeah.
He just didn't know how. Somebody backed out, but he was going to go.
He was going to go.
He was going to go. He was going to go.
Now, Josh saying in his confessional, I mean, we've been together for 12 years.
No, have you? Y'all known each other, but y'all ain't been together.
Y'all ain't been together for 12 years. You didn't have a whole baby. If y'all ain't seen each other in 12 years, y'all ain't been together.
He done already had a baby on the. Come on, man.
And why would you not see the person in 12 years?
And then why was he tripping? You was in the boom boom with the whole. Y'all spent more time in there than anyone, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think. In fact, they immediately had sexual chemistry.
Because they went
Immediately,
to
you're like,
took a shower together, right?
yeah, exactly. So why would you be now? Alexis, I knew couldn't be trusted because she was flirting. Remember, she was flirting with Chris.
The dude with the little shorts.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Greg,
Right.
flirting with him about the hoochie daddy shorts.
Yeah.
I knew she was not to be trusted.
Homeboy did too, but he took it too far.
He did. He did. He did. But I don't think he
I
liked
don't, I,
her.
I don't know if she'll be that low though.
But
What
if she thought that they could
could
do
have been the threesome?
a threesome, then because
That makes that
once
makes
you
more.
say threesome, look, if you say to a girl, why don't you and your girlfriend and I have a threesome, then her ears are now, she now knows that you want to sleep with her, right? So then it's like it's something that you can't ever take back. You can't unhear it. So when she mentioned threesome and was down with it, he automatically knew that he could probably hit her too, right? If a girl wants to have a threesome with you and your girl, then you know she probably would be down to just have sex with you by herself, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
And me too. I'm not even a guy, and I would assume that.
Hmm.
Josh wanted to have the threesome, and he said Shay wouldn't be with it.
Yeah, because usually the person that you with, they don't want you to step outside the thing.
Not candidly, Kay said Alexis looks like she would be down to do all the guys. Sorry.
Is that right? She look, I forget. I guess.
She was doing a lot. She was doing a lot.
And how was that based on how she was carrying herself, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like,
That's why I mean sometimes you have to judge, you have to make assumptions because that helps you keep you safe. Sometimes when you see trouble coming, you just go the other way. Is that judging? We all judge. We all look at somebody and assume something because of either how they're dressed or how, there's no such thing for not to, like you make assumptions. If you see a police officer dressed in police wear, you assume he's a police officer. You see a person, dressed in football gear with big shoulders and nice arms, I assume he plays football. You see a girl with, a big butt and clear heels and stripper clothes on, you assume she's entertained. Like, come on, like that's just come on.
but no, but that's what we go dressed in job uniforms for. Not uniforms, but job interviews and nice clothes to look presentable. So people
Yeah, that's just a life. And people are like, oh, you shouldn't judge. It's just like you're being judged right now. When you go any place you go, you're being judged. You go in a grocery store with the bonnet on your head, someone's gonna assume that you don't give a damn. And you probably don't because you're in the grocery store with the bonnet on your head. You don't give a damn.
Yeah, and then you wonder why the dude talking to you crazy and all.
Thank you, Bossy D. I saw 2 trunks in the tub. I assumed that he was not into what I bring to the table. So I don't have a trunk. And I was really upset that he thought I did. I was just beyond myself. Like, I've never been mistaken for a man before. Like,
he 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 had to play both sides because there's no way. It's no way.
I don't know. But Josh definitely was down. I think I think he's just saying whatever it takes to keep Shay happy. But that put a chink in their situation.
I like this little comment though, because that's always the what's the word I want to say? Like when you kind of prep your girl early, you kind of say something early, right? Just in case a problem boomerangs back around and she hears it, right?
What? Tell us what that is.
So forget it, I'm just gonna say it. So if you know you did something wrong, right? Or
right.
you were in a funny situation, and then you say it to someone. If it ever comes back around, he's like, now why would I do that? And tell you, you see what I'm saying? And tell you he used that.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you about it if I did something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did, because he did say, I would just not say anything. And I'm like,
hey, that's the Come on, that's lying 101.
First of all, sir, yeah, it is, and he's not really smooth with it. So I was just like, Joshua, no,
But
come on,
what's the name?
Joshua.
But Diamond stood up for it. And she was like, true. That's why I knew she was messing. She over there co-signing stuff and,
Well,
and
she was
doing ad libs.
she was full of messiness tonight. I mean,
Oh, I'm glad.
it goes back to what we said before.
College, exactly. I've done it several times.
I'm sure you have.
Well, not based on that, just some regular stuff.
Right, right.
I've never been caught out there like that.
You said that.
It's true.
So I was gonna go back to our Wednesday show.
Please.
I mean,
She might be in here now. I don't know.
well, I mean, I just so okay. What are we predicting? I want the Aaron and Jody situation to go. Now that she's admitted on camera that she doesn't feel anything and she's treated him badly again. I think a lot of us have forgotten how badly she treated him for the first date.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that Taronda comes in and pulls him to a side and has a conversation with them.
I just realized something. Aaron needs a sister. If Aaron had a big sister, she could help him navigate through this thing.
Yeah.
Because he'll respect her.
Yeah.
Like, my sister's not gonna lie to me. You
But
know
she would probably have to pull him to the side, not around other people, so he can listen.
Yeah. Yeah. I think all of us men navigating through this world, and women as well, the opposite sex, like, we all should have somebody to see stuff that we can't see. Somebody that loves us and respects us. And protects, not nobody that don't want you to, somebody real and come in there and be like, because we can't see everything. Some of these situations that we're commenting on has happened to us and we couldn't see it, but we're able to see it now because we're from the outside looking in. We get an aerial view of these things.
So DeQueasy said, enter Diamond. Diamond is the sister that Aaron needed because she did go off and try to tell him that.
Hell no, not her.
No, I know. It's funny. She was being funny. But she tried to go in like she was, looking out for him. Like she trying to, play in everybody's face, and she's flirting with Chris, and he didn't want to hear it.
When you play both sides of the fence, eventually that fence will fall on you. Be careful.
Do you have a funny joke to make about Diamond and the fence falling down on her?
No, but
I just thought you did. I thought it was right there.
But I will chuckle at that. But that was a good one. No, I did not. I never thought about that one, but that's fun. See how Christal, y'all seeing. This is what Christal really is. Y'all seeing a little.
No.
I don't even be thinking this stuff.
No, how many? No, okay.
Y'all see this, right?
No, I know him. How many times? How many jokes? What is your usual target of your jokes?
We're not gonna get into this. How you trying to set me up? I'm not doing it.
I don't even. First of all, sir, I don't have to go to bed right now. I do need to because I have to be up super early in the morning.
Not
But
early.
you don't put me on blast on my channel. Heads in beds, Christal.
And DeQueasy put it in capital letters.
I'm about to block him. I have to block you, Gumbosh. You can't do that. Come on, man. I'm a grown woman sitting here hosting a show. Heads in beds.
You heard that man say. Watch how fast Christal about to exit, y'all. Do the countdown.
Well, you know what? I have a little bit more time. And in that time, I would love to know, we're talking about how all these couples, are coming together and a lot of them are ending for different reasons. Gumbox, I'm going to block you in a minute, in just a minute. I would love to hear from you. How did you and Tab end? What caused the How did that relationship end?
How did what?
Tab said that it ended not on a bad note. So we're just our who is not interested in knowing what brought that great love affair to an end? I'm interested to know.
They added extra stuff, love affair.
Well, she said that you guys dated and she likes you. You were a good guy. She basically told all the women you're a good guy, and that she would definitely date you again. So what happened?
You
The
know,
Queasy wants to know.
we went out a few times. You know, doing other things. I was, you know, out here, man. You know, it went another. We
I think you're right, Dolly Ayas. You're definitely right, but he's not saying it.
went in different directions, and you know, that's it. God bless her. That's it. I told now the funny thing is I already told you the real story. So, you know,
I just want you to share. I just want you to share it with the chat because
no, after that I wound up getting into like a 5, almost 6 year relationship. And me and her still I'm friends with I'm still cool with every ex but one. That was actually an ex, but one.
which one is that?
I don't want to get into that.
No, just tell me which one.
You know the one I'm not.
I don't. Well, I
My
don't know.
daughter's mother.
Oh, well, duh, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else I'm cool with.
How do you do that? How do you manage to be cool with all your exes?
I mean, they wound up being cool. I ended them all. So,
Well, why did you choose to end it with Tab?
like she said, man, you know, people just go their separate ways. We're still cool. It was the timing. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on at the time. I was transitioning from job to places. There's a lot going on at the time.
Okay.
That's it. No big deal. Me and Tab were cool. We hung out a few times after that.
Yeah. Well, there's always a spin the block.
No, I don't really do that. I'm cool on that.
Okay.
But you know, me and Tab will always be friends. I'm cool.
That's what's up. She seemed like a good friend. So Bossy D said, did they go on a date or did you go on multiple dates?
Who? The people on the show, me and Tab. Funny enough, at that time, I don't think we went out on a date, an official date. To be honest with you, she came to the crib. I came to her crib. We talked a lot. You know, she was very nice. She came to my house with wine. She's the first woman that came to my house with wine. Yeah, twice. I like that gesture. That was nice. And she was like, yeah. So I thought it was cool. Yeah. You don't understand how long ago this was.
Well, we don't. We're just figuring.
Well, not everyone that. What?
Do you have any more exes that will be joining us on Wednesdays?
Like 2012, yo.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get a number. She just said that you guys, were exes.
This is 2012 or 13, something like that. I think 12. But what were we saying?
So you haven't spun the block since then?
Nah, we hung out. I think we went to the movies once or twice. Yeah.
Okay, so that is spinning the block.
No, not to do it on that type of time. She was just
a friendly.
At a couple events, at a couple grand openings, and she came through with her friends, and we just had a good time.
Okay, I'm gonna let you live. Yeah, I'm gonna let you live.
Thank you. I'm single, baby. In case anybody's wondering,
He is single and happy. I know lots of women are trying to tell you but he is in a good place. Yeah. He's in probably like the best place ever.
Yeah, it might be ever. Yeah.
Me too. I think I'm in the best place ever.
And you should be. You got what you wanted.
I did. And a little extra.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, a little extra. So you just have to keep believing. So moving forward, I don't know what's going to happen. If you guys have questions that you want me to ask to Rhonda, Feel free to leave
The
them in the,
host, right?
yes.
Okay.
Feel free to leave them in the chat. I'm talking to her on Monday. I was like, I'm gonna have to have a whole new conversation because
Will there be season 2?
she may not know that.
I hope not.
I don't think we need any more. There, I just think I think this season was enough. I think it did what it was supposed to do, and I think we're fine. I think we're excited about Ready to Love returning. And then there's also this new show that Owen is putting out with the family. Did you guys see the did y'all see the commercial for the new show on Own with the family?
I heard it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's and so it should be it that hey, I'm willing to try anything. I'm willing to try anything new. I just don't want to, I don't think we need to do this again. And I just don't really feel like people haven't met. Like, why would you not have met if you really are into it? If you're an adult into another adult, why would you have never met before?
Yeah.
I think we need Carlos King back. Oh my God. Hello? Are you serious?
What happened?
I'm blocking you from the show from now on. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Good day, sir.
Is Christal sleepy or drinking? Hilarious.
Why does she keep saying it's Crystal drunk? Like, no.
They be saying that to me, and they be like, "Mo was drunk." I'm like, "Man, yeah, it's gonna take a minute for me to get drunk."
I don't drink, but I'm definitely not drunk. Yeah, I'm definitely not drunk. Put a ring on it. I don't know if Put a Ring on It is coming back. I wish it would. Is she is she married to those state trooper hats, or is that just y'all are hilarious? But put it. I can't ask her that. But you guys put the questions in the chat that you would like. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm interviewing her early on Monday, and then I will put the interview up, and then Mo and I will be back on Monday at 8 with Love and Marriage Huntsville. And like I said, I have some tea. I have some tea that I'm going to share on Monday about the whole situation with Sonny and Moses and Destiny.
And did y'all hear about the DUI over the weekend?
Yes, I was very shocked to see that Maurice has, got a DUI. We got to talk about all that on Monday. But yeah, that was shocking. That was very shocking because, and I only say that because Maurice plays a very responsible role, on the show. But I have a question, and we'll talk about this more on Monday. My question is, if you are interacting with a man that is married, right? Even if he's on the way out, this whole idea of a side chick, right? Because Nell said that she was having entering a relationship with her husband Chris before he was divorced, but she didn't
Right.
know it. And
Right.
then she said she told him that when she found out, she stopped talking to him, and then they started again. And he kept saying, well, we were separated, moving towards divorce. And then Martell is like, well, she was still a side chick. Are you a side chick if you are dealing with a married man? Or are there different definitions of being a side chick? If that man is married but legally separated, are you still a side chick? What do you think?
Um.
You're right, Elsie. You're right. There are many stories.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Legally, I mean, if that person is married, if we're gonna go legally, yes. But either way, it is what it is, y'all, man. If that person, especially legally, if they still are, I mean, unless you got a legal separation, it's still not, unless the people have an understanding.
Well, Miss Rhonda said if you're legally separated, no. Me personally,
Right.
I feel like if you married, he's married. Married is married, right? Married is married is married. So if he's married and you are um and you're interacting with him, then that's still a side chick. I'm putting this in the chat. This is the story that I wrote on that. On that, it has the story that I wrote about Nell, because she literally was basically said she was very disappointed in Mel and Martell. And I think a lot of people have been disappointed in the way that they've carried themselves. But she was like, she was disappointed in both of them. And a lot of people felt like um, you should never be disappointed in Melody. But Nell said what she said, and so that's what that article is about, and it also has our interview in it. But I feel like married is married, and someone said earlier, like people separate and get back together all the time. Married is a very different type of covenant and different type of relationship. So you can't just be like, well, I don't think I'm. Oh my God, now my cousin is on here. Woo, the husband and the cousin are both on here, pimping, never simping. Charles, do you think that if you mess with a person that is married still, that you're a side chick, a woman is a side chick or a guy is a side dude? That's the question. So, Mo, you said yes, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, you could call it whatever. That person's still bound to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, the Queasy said a side chick is one who knows the man is married yet willing to be with him. So, that's the definition that you're giving. So, what are we calling the person that is angry, but I didn't think you were going to put that, Charles, but yes. What do you think if a person is legally separated and the guy is telling them, I'm going to get divorced? You know how many people say they're going to get divorced and don't? So what is that? Are you not a side chick? Are you a girlfriend? You can't have a wife and a girlfriend. Like,
you can?
You can. You can. You can. You can. You can.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
You can.
You can.
It's a deadly game, but you can.
You can. You can. I don't know. I just think it's black or white. Like either you get married and get divorced, or you. Danny Charles got a whole weird situation going on. I don't know, but it's like if you haven't dealt with the significant other in 10 years, then you could just file for papers, right? You could just file for abandonment.
You can. You definitely.
Yeah.
It's a little harder now with social media, but you can. I think men way better side than women do. Women, boy, it could blow up at any time. Men are a little bit more. They take it on the chin and take the L and feel away. But if they do, they'll. I mean, hell, they got For My Man and all these other shows based on what women would do. I mean, some men too. Don't get me wrong. But women, boy, like she could just be mad, just spill the beans one day. Dudes usually let it go, pull up to you and see you with your person and don't say nothing. Women they'll feel away and confront you, come up and speak to you and all kinds. Be like, yo.
Yeah. I mean, for me, everybody should just do what's best for them. The reason I ask is because that show, Kimmy and Maurice have a similar situation where he claims that it's hard to say you're not the reason, right? If the people are separated, you may not be the reason, but you also could be a distraction. But both those situations are women that are now married to the man that they were in a situation with. And I think you're still the side chick. If you're not the wife, then you're the side chick. To me, I don't think there's black and white. Now, I do think Martell was trying to be messy because his situation was not like that. He and Melody were not separated. They were married, living together. But and I know the ex-wife admitted it. I totally get it. Like it's all on this show different, and that also is the best way to make the relationship bad, right? So if moving forward you are in a relationship with the woman that you cheated on your wife with, of course the kids aren't going to ever like her. Of course not. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not going to happen. It's going to be difficult and people may not respect you. Like if I got with Adrian and Adrian was still married and everybody knew that, then they would probably look at me like they didn't respect me.
Some people would. Yeah. Some people don't care, but most people, especially the women or the people on his side,
When they say how you get them is how you lose, how you get them is how you lose them, right?
That's what they say.
So if you were the side chick and he was married, then chances is somebody else is filling that role when you become the wife.
I don't know how you could sleep that you finally got the person. Now you can feel comfortable. I wouldn't.
Now I think because like we've talked about, like if a man doesn't trust, you were willing to sleep with me when I was married, then you may not, I may not see you as the wife type. I don't know. I'm just asking
You
the
are better in that position.
question. Like Martell and Arian, he clearly is not going to marry her. He called her a peasant. He called her a peasant, which is ridiculous for him to be dealing with her. And I know he did that because he didn't want to lose his marriage. But putting the other woman down doesn't. We're not supposed to be in all this. We're in the Monday's conversation. But anyway, let us know what you think about that.
Yes.
Are you a side chick or side dude if the person is not together, but they are still legally married to the person? And are you comfortable dating someone that is separated, or do you feel like the person needs to be married?
I think men are way more comfortable with that. But we'll talk about that on
We'll
Monday.
talk about it on Monday. You guys have a great
Yeah.
weekend. And please make sure that you put in your questions for Taronda. I'm going to talk to her on Monday. Then we're going to run that at 7 o'clock, and then Mo and I will be back at 8 o'clock on Monday to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, what happened last week and what happens this Saturday. And then I'm looking forward to having Destiny on. So stay tuned. More is to come. Make sure that you like this on the way out. We had a good night. Over 300 people here in the chat. So
And
make sure,
Wednesday.
yeah, you guys go back and watch Wednesday and see
Oh,
Mo's ex so that you could put these two together and have the full story.
there you go.
There you go.
Oh, not that. No, I'm talking about Wednesday. People
Next
call in.
Wednesday. Next Wednesday. And if you guys, if there are any other people out there, DM us. DM us and let us know if you have questions that you want to come on, because we really would rather. I really want to have the XO family on for some of these dating dilemmas, and I know you guys got them because y'all send them to us in our DM and email, but don't do it on here. So make sure that you send it to us, and we will see you guys on Monday at 8 o'clock. All right, XO, we love you all, and we will see you Monday.
All right, man. Good night, y'all.